So, is it any good? Let's first off take a look at the settings that I play the game at. I play the game at 1440p. If I would have had a HDR capable monitor, I would have played with HDR on. Motion blur is cancer, so it's turned off. Most settings are ultra quality, works fine. I did not have ray tracing turned on, and I will not be grading this game upon its ray traced appearance. However, features such as HDR and ray tracing are a bonus feature that most games should have, especially HDR. It should be a standard to this day and age of gaming. So let's take a look at the first thing that you are introduced to in the game, the character creation. As you can see, I'm not impressed by this character creation, and neither should you be, I think. It's something that's similar to what I was introduced to in Jedi Academy, if I'm to be honest, and that's a old game. Now let's take a look at the different faces. They do look very bland. They all look alike. There is nothing that really pops out, I think. It's just a different version of the same face. At least that's what it feels like. I'm not impressed at all. No matter what face you choose, everything just kind of feel the same. It's not impressive, and the skin colors is fairly standard, but it could have been so much more. You have to ask yourself, is this better than Skyrim or even Oblivion? Those are 10, 15, 20 years soon old. Oblivion. This is just not impressive compared to older games as old as Oblivion that has a lot more customization to hair, faces, and everything. You name it. Oblivion has a lot more. The character creation is 10 times deeper and better than this. Looking at here is pretty much the same thing that we've had since Oblivion as well. It is nothing amazing. It is just what it is. It is the bare minimum in a way. This is probably one that looks the most realistic out of all of the hair types that you can choose, and the rest looks kind of meh, but hey, they do look better than Witcher 3 and most games that use NVIDIA Hairworks, at least. And there's not much to be said here. Is the complexion of freckles and moles and scars and markings. It's, yeah, it is what it is. Not a lot to choose from, I think. Could have done a lot more here to make your character feel more unique in a sense. This is fairly standard in amount. Yeah, eye color is pretty good. And you even got purple, which is a bonus, I guess. Now here's the most awful part, and it's the voices.
Quite something.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
I mean, the standard voices is fine,
It
but
was wonderful.
listen to it.
Cobwebs and some dust. Nothing.
The pitches
That
are
was quite
horrible,
something.
especially for male. It is horrible.
I'm eager to get to
It's
Hogsmeade.
tolerable
It was
for
won-
woman
I am
voice,
indeed a
and it
student.
doesn't
Few
even say
cobwebs and some
women,
dust.
women and
I'm eager to
men
get
because
to
that's, you
Hogsmeade.
know,
It was
triggering
wonderful.
these days.
I am
It's
indeed
ridiculous.
a student, but I could very well be able to help you.
Yeah. And also
That is
look
quite
at
something.
dormitory
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
witch
It was
wizard
wonderful.
down in the bit.
I
You don't
believe
choose.
I'm really going to enjoy this class.
You can be a man and go into the witch section. Is just, it's a bit weird. It is really odd to make these modern politics sneakily thing into the game. And yeah, that is character creation. Not too impressive. And a bit disappointing as well. Now let's take a look at gameplay, where the game shines. It comes into its own, really. And let's start off with combat. The most important thing in this game to make it enjoyable, because exploring in combat is pretty much 90% of the game. Let's be honest. So I'm going to fly over to a close bandit camp to show off the gameplay. And I was gonna get my bearings. And there's the bandit camp. You know, flying is pretty fun in this game, but the controls are made for console, so when you're playing on the PC, you may have to swap around some keys to make it more bearable. And this is one of the mini games. Just fly around and puncture the balloons. And you don't have to do them in order. It's very simple for some minor XP and achievements to unlock stuff. It's really a shame that they not include Quidditch. I really would have liked to see Quidditch in the game. It feels like they decided to cut that out of the game just for convenience. Probably going to be in a later DLC. Now, let's take on the bandit camp here. So I'm just going to make sure that I have everything ready. Could use a potion if I want, or set my spells. Let's see here. This is the fun part about combining spells to make certain things happen to the enemy. So, use freeze. And yeah, you have to break the shields that the enemies constantly have, like purple, yellow, and red shield. And you either use a red spell to break a red shield, yellow spell to break a yellow shield, and purple spell to break a purple shield. Or, yeah, just use your ancient magic to pretty much one-shot anything. Like bam, bam, and bam. So pretty good animation. It feels really satisfying, this. Oh yeah, you can also pick up barrels to break shields, among other things. There are a few ways to get around. Then the loot galore. I mean, loot, apart from getting a few unique things, it's not a big thing. And here's one of the most annoying things about the game. It's some of the mini games, like the Merlin trials that these are. I dislike them. I dislike them a lot. And there's so many of them. And to unlock all of your inventory space, you have to pretty much do all of the Merlin trials. And they're just annoying. It's just annoying. It's just a big chore. The first one, sure. It's like, ooh, this is a fun little thing. But, yeah. It is not funny. It's not funny at all. It's one of the easily the worst things about these games is all the tedious little chores that you have to do. Yeah. Not fun. And it's really simple. That's why it's even more annoying. See, I even missed it and I still got it. It is so simple. I don't know why. They put in like 50 of these and you have to unlock all of them to get maximum inventory. That is just a pain in the ass. And I do not like it. I don't like having to do chores to get everything in the game. I want to explore, have adventure, have fun. And this is not fun. I'd rather just fly around, kill enemies. That's fun. But it gets old. Next, let's have a look at quests and an annoying character.
Taking down that troll in the village
That takes you
circle.
out of the game
You
every
certainly
time.
made an impression.
That voice does not fit with the character. Actually, they did change the character, and it's annoying. And this is quest NPC, quite regular. It's not that interesting. Every choice that you get is just fake choices. It's all the same in the end. Nothing you do really changes any quest, apart from you either being nice or an asshole, basically. But there's no pros and cons. There's no light side or dark side moral to it. So there's no consequences of any action that you take. It all is the same. It's also in the main quest. It's just every quest line, there's no consequence. There's no alternative ending to quests. There's just the same. You cannot influence anything. There is a lack. It's a fake RPG. It really is a fake RPG. And this is not how it's supposed to do in RPG game, even an action RPG. I mean, go back and look at the greats, KOTOR, the choices that you made, especially in KOTOR 2, Vampire Masquerade. The choices you do changes the outcome of the game, and that is what a good RPG should do. And this is what most RPGs these days fails at. I mean, the last one to even make choices matter is actually Cyberpunk in a way, because you have different endings depending on what you do, which is why Cyberpunk actually succeeds as an RPG in that sense. And I mean, the best example would be Witcher 3. You have 3 distinct endings with some minor endings depending on what character choices you make. Also, while you're questing, you're probably gonna run into some different areas that you find interesting. Like I find Sonkos in Hogsmeade. It's really great. This is like level design detail that is great. This is immersion level design. Even though you can't buy any of these, which is a shame. You could not just buy one of the toys and just place outside for fun. But at least you can try them out. At least some of them. Just little details like this in the level design is that thing that gives you immersion, while other things like bad NPC quest givers takes you out of it. Yeah. You can also pet cats, even though the cats look very bad. I mean, we're very far away from the level of detail that the game Stray has. Oh yeah, this is also another little one of the bullshit, tedious little games. I mean, this is so simple. It's just put the green light so that the green thing on the right starts spinning. Put the red light in the middle so the red light in the middle starts spinning. Just, you know, put them in the right position. Just spin them around until you unlock it. Basically, it's not really hard. It's not Oblivion or Skyrim lockpicking where you can fail. You can never fail these lockpicks in the game. So there's no challenge to it. Once you've done one, why don't just have an option to either do it manually or automatic? It doesn't change the outcome. So this is the end boss of the quest we took earlier. And you can just use Avada Kedavra to one-shot anything. Which is funny, but also makes the game very easy. There's so many spider quests in this game, by the way. There's just so many of them. It's ridiculous how many spiders there are. You thought they would be rare, but no. I mean, even before Hagrid took one of his spider from the Chamber of Secrets that you get to know about, I mean, it seems like the area around Hogwarts is overrun by spiders even 100 years before Hagrid decided to breed man-eating giant spiders. They're already established in the Hogwarts area. The loading time is not that bad in the game. Even though if you have a weaker, I don't know, CPU, you might have a bit of a problem. And especially if you have a GPU with less than 8, I mean, even less than 10, 12 gigabytes of VRAM, you're gonna run into some annoying chops. Oh yeah, this is funny. There's supposed to be a quest a vendor NPC there, and he's not there. I've done a quest for this guy before. The voice line is still here, but the NPC is not here due to it overlapping with this quest.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
I hear poor Mr. Pratt's missing frame has been destroyed.
Every time that voice takes you out, it does not fit the character.
I have some news.
Thank Merlin. About my sweet friend Mary.
It seems poor Mary was breeding spiders in her home for profit, and vastly underestimated their propensity to multiply.
Oh, Mary. What untoward scheme were you involved in? If she needed financial assistance, she could have just come to me. She didn't deserve this. Few do.
I am
Also, if you look at the main character compared to every grown-up character, I mean, the children look so much worse. Every child character, facial complexion, and how it looks like. Even these minor NPCs look better in the face. They have more of a uniqueness to them. Every kid looks the same. It's quite annoying.
Even so, you'll want to prepare yourself. The place needs something of cleanup.
Thank you again for all you've done. I shall keep you apprised of the hamlet's rebuilding.
Glad I could be of help, and I look forward to visiting your shop the next time I'm in Arranshire.
Right, that's a typical quest line. Nothing much, and yeah, not that interesting. Let's take a look at graphics. I mean, graphics and level design in this game goes hand in hand, and the Hogwarts area is amazing. This is done with such level of detail that the rest of the game does not have. Just look at the little things that we added. Just amazing. They've spent a lot of their time here. Whoever did this had an eye for detail, and it looks especially cool in the dark, I think. And I'm not even running ray tracing during this recording.
If it isn't the reigning champion of the Summoner's Court.
Seems like some NPCs are still out and about, even though they should be in bed. The thing is that they actually remembered which characters there are actually in the books, and they have a lot of them, like Peeves and some other ghosts that are running around a bit randomly. And there's some secret areas everywhere in the Hogwarts castle, which is pretty cool. It just looks amazing. There's some little things that you could activate here and there to make them do stuff. Just a very nice flavor, very good immersion. These little things is what makes this game come alive and takes it from average to a great game. It's a great experience. Not excellent, but a great experience. It is by far the best Harry Potter game, or Harry Potter universe game. This is not a Harry Potter game, this is just a 100-year prequel, you could say.
Revelio.
So, there's one thing here. It's the house point that you should be able to see. I think it would be nice if they had something more visual to it to see that during you can't actually collect points and win the house cup by collecting points and such, and it is a shame that they have not added something like that. Because you win the house cup whether you want it or not. It is just the main story thing. Also, here's something interesting. So you can skip time. And yeah, the NPCs are not spawning here when you skip time. However, leave the room. So here are some students standing around. You already lost. So yeah, look at the graphical difference in the faces. Look pretty much like you. I mean, every NPC kind of look alike, except for skin color. There's pretty much the only thing that separates them. And now the NPCs have zoned in, so there's some... They have divided Hogwarts, just that there's some seamless loading, it seems. So, this is probably my favorite professor in the game.
When you said your education wasn't traditional.
He is
I had
quite
bet
interesting.
myself a butterbeer you'd be back to ask about that.
Very unique character.
Seems I've earned myself a trip to the three
And as well,
Broomsticks.
take a
My
look at how
father
well
insisted rather
he is
adamantly
modeled
that fun had
and
no
the
place
attention
in
of
true
detail
learning.
to make him feel
I
unique
struggled
compared to
with
the
his
rest
rather Socratic
of the
method
kids
of
that you
teaching.
see all
Made
around.
No progress with even the simplest spells until I made a game of it. As the process itself became a source of joy, I was able to better retain what I was being taught. I realized then how much fun was to be had in learning, and I decided to become a professor so that I may pass that joy along.
And I mean, this is a great character. And it's a shame that he's not in the game more than just a couple of quests.
I, for one, am glad. I very much enjoy your class.
Delighted to hear. Now, I shall not keep you from your studies, nor time with your fellow students, both of which are invaluable to your education.
There should have been more quests involving Peeves. It's just in one quest. There should have been more.
Accio. Guardian Leviosa. Revelio.
Professor Sharp is kind of interesting as well, I think.
Who knows what would have happened to the school had it not been for you? We owe you our gratitude. All of us.
And yeah, just
Professor,
look at
do
the
you
level of
have a moment
detail
to speak again?
compared
You do realize I have
to the
classes
rest of the
teach.
characters. I
Very
mean, some
well.
characters really do have
May I assist you?
a lot, and I mean a lot more, of level of
Why
detail.
did you leave your position as an
compared to
Auror
others.
come to Hogwarts?
Perhaps you haven't heard the myriad rumors they think I don't hear.
Was it due to an injury suffered during your time with the Ministry?
I would still be in Aura today if my injury hadn't precluded it. The Ministry was all too ready to keep me on. Buried under parchment, of course, helping run the Aura recruitment program. But if I'm meant for a life confined to a desk, well, I might as well share my expertise while searching for a way to heal my blasted leg. And the Hogwarts Library is not to be underestimated.
You're seeking to heal the damage done to your leg?
As I said, lest you think for a moment that fear played any role in my departure, allow me to enlighten you. It was not fear, but fate that steered my hand.
I'll not let fear dictate my future either.
Well said. However, it's worth noting that fear can be a great motivator, in that one must conquer it.
Indeed, sir. Thank you for your time. And I do hope you find a cure for your injury.
Yes. Well, I'm certain you have an empty cauldron waiting for you somewhere.
Yes, Professor. Of course. Revelio.
Who knows what would have happened to the school had it not been for you? We owe you our gratitude.
This is a perfect example about child or children NPCs being way inferior to compared to the grown-ups or adults. In this case, look at the level of detail on her. There is nothing. She's so bland. It is so... She's so overrated as an NPC. This is just boring. And the quest is very boring as well. I kinda did it while exploring. So...
Adelaide and Evangeline, Addie and Evie.
It's a really easy quest.
It was going swimmingly until Black started asking.
Now, before I score the game,
Then she wasn't comfortable
some of you
with
may
our
think that
rules.
I've scored it too low, some of you may think I've scored it too high, but I think there's a... People let their emotion take over when they score this game and do not see it objectively for what it is.
Oh, that would be wonderful. The bells are in the bell tower just above the music
So,
room.
most
She's
quests
certainly is more
and
help than Adelaide.
side quests and just things to do around the game is very repetitive or not that interesting. And I mean, few things like this, just a teapot pouring tea, is more interesting than the majority of side quests and challenges and stuff. And even the bugs are sometimes way more interesting. I mean, the quest design is not great. Could have been so much better. So, however, there's a redeeming quality to this game, and it's just the main quest, and it is one of the side quests involving the NPCs of Sebastian and Ominous. They are way more interesting than majority of NPCs in this game, and gives you a pure Harry Potter feeling. And there are spoilers coming up for one of the best quests, and I mean one of the best Harry Potter experiences. So if you don't want spoilers, then this is the end of the review. A 75 out of 100. A great game, but not excellent. And I can recommend playing it, actually. Now,
The note and
for the
rendition
spoilers.
of the relic. It matches.
And even if
This must be
the
where
choices
student left
doesn't
the relic.
matter
Can't
that
believe it.
much, there is
After all
a
this,
small
it
choice, but
lines
the
up.
outcome is
We've
still the
really
same,
found it.
no matter
What do
what.
you suppose is meant by
But this
the
story, it's a
dark
great story, and it
sacrifice
feels
required to
more Harry
realise the
Potter than the
relic's
main
potential?
quest line.
I have no idea.
Way more Harry Potter than the
But
main
we're
quest
here
line.
for the
It is a
relic.
bit dark, but it has that authentic
The note
Harry
advises-
Potter feeling. I
I
think
assure
that
you, we will- I'm
someone
taking it.
that did the side
That's
quest
it,
put
Feld.
all their effort into this
I must keep this
Sebastian
relic secret.
quest line.
Especially from my uncle. Is that ominous? Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine, but Ominous knows I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
Revelio. How much did you hear?
Everything. I was glad to hear you tell Sebastian to leave the relic. We need to stand together. Convince Sebastian this is wrong.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
You're right. This seems far riskier than Sebastian realizes.
Good. We're agreed. We don't allow him to leave here with the relic.
I do think we should talk to him, but I fear we won't stop him from taking the relic.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we negotiate. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not, Ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic.
Even though we agreed to it all, it's been a lot to take in.
I thought he understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne. When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what happened to get this relic. She thinks like Ominous. It'd only upset her. Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke! Over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
That was meant for me.
Mario. Accio.
Got him! Bring on!
That was free. Accio.
Boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperius curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
You did what you had to do.
If I have to keep proving that to my uncle, I will. He cannot banish me from my own home. From my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
What was he thinking?
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian acted rashly, but he acted out of instinct to save Anne.
Out of instinct? With an unforgivable curse? This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately.